Good morning. This is video number 2, following on from the last one in which I made boxes and storage for the ribbons. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make something along a similar lines, and this is storage and boxes for your Blendabilities, which come in the packs of 3. And I find this really easy to use because they pop out and you can just pull them out as and when. And if you have a look inside, they've got 3 separate sections, so when you pull one out they don't all drop to the bottom, so you can keep them all separate. And then when you've got a few, you can put a band round them like this one and hold them together. This one isn't quite tight enough, but you get the idea. And hold them together and keep them on your surface ready to use. And also, if you notice, I've followed the same theme as my ribbon boxes, and I've used the same colour cardstock as I have the Blendabilities. For instance, this one is called Pumpkin Pie, and I've used the Pumpkin Pie cardstock. So it gives you an easy reference and you can see what you've got when it's on your desk. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do this one, which is the Daffodil Delight assortment. So I'm using Daffodil Delight cardstock. Now first of all, you need to cut your piece of card, and I'm using my Stampin Up trimmer. And you need to cut your piece of card 9 3/8. Sorry, let me do that way. 9 1 2 3/8 by 6 1/4. Now I'll put these measurements up at the end of the video for you, so you won't have to write them down. So that's that. So we've got 9 3/8 that way and 6 1/4 that way. Move that out of the way. Now I need to get my Stampin Up scoreboard, and I'm going to score this in several places. Like I say, I've got them all written down, so at the end of the video I'll put all the sizes up there, so you don't need to write all these measurements down because there's quite a lot of them. The first one I'm scoring at 5/8. Obviously the card's lengthways, the longer side. Then it's 1 1/4. Basically it's 5/8 in between each score line. So if you prefer, you can just count 5/8 and as you go along. But I've actually written it all down so you know. This next one is 1 7/8. And then 2 1/2. And 3 1/8, 3 3/4, 4 3/8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So you want 7 score lines, all at 5/8 of an inch apart, and then you want another score line which is 1 7/8. So that means you need to score now at 6 1/4, which is there. So between that is 1 7/8. Then the next one is 6 7/8. So you've got another 5/8 there. And then you want 8 3/4, which is there. So you've got 7 lots of 5/8, a 1 7/8, another 5/8, or another 1 7/8, and then what's left, which is, I think, 1 2 3 4 5/8. So that's it that way. Turn your cardstock round, and you need to score at 5 inches and 5 5/8, and that is all your scoring done. So I'll move that out of the way. Now, before we do anything else, actually no, I'll cut it first and then I'll do the marking. Now if you see along the lengthways, if you got that middle 1 7/8 there, if you cut up the score line each side up to the second score line like that, and take out all that is remaining each side, you're left with just one flap. Okay, now get a ruler and a pen. Now on this 1 7/8, I want to mark where 5/8 is going to be. So that's 5/8 there, and then another 5/8, which is there. You'll see why in a moment, and do the same the other side. So 5/8 and another 5/8. Okay, now that's everything you need now for marking. Next, you just need to go along the score lines, and if you do it this way, you fold the first one up, the second one up, turn it over, the next one up, the next one up, turn it over, then the next 3 up, 1, 2, 3, turn it round, fold the other 3 up, burnishing as you go along with your bone folder, and then the flap, fold inwards, and that's all your scoring done. Now this is where the clever bit comes in. Get your glue and just make sure it works, because it has been standing and it just tends to bung up a little bit. 1 second. Just get it flowing, there we go. Right, now on this side you'll see there's one that sits up like that, so that is the bit you need to glue. So go along with your glue. Try not to put too much on towards the edge, or else it will squeeze out. You need to make sure you've got enough on to stick. There we go. Now, them 2 marks that you've just marked, if you pop it down onto the mark so you know it's in the middle, and just line it up nice and straight. That has moved slightly, but ease it back again, and just give that a moment to dry. That is your basic shape now. So what I'm going to do now is put some on that one, either comes out all in one go or not at all. Ooh, see what I mean? Spread that about a bit. Right, now I'm going to hold that there, pull that up, just make sure each side. Make sure it's nice and flat. Now you want to put this flap up there, so again, loads of glue. I'm all sticky now. Oops. You don't need this much glue, it's just me making a mess. Now pull that flapper up. And just line it up, make it nice and straight. Try and pull that back so you can see what I'm doing. Just need to hold it in place, just to give it enough time to set. Stick a little bit more on top. And then it comes over. Why does it go wrong when you're doing a video? I've done all these videos and it's been fine. Probably just didn't cut enough off there. That's it. And then this is the last bit of gluing. There you go. Probably needs a bit more glue on that bit there. That is it. And then you get your pens. I usually put a light, medium and a dark, and that goes with your remaining set. And that's it. Now the measurements. I hope you can see that. Is that better? Okay, I'll leave that there for a second too. There are your measurements and your scoring marks. And there's my blog and my email address. If you need to ask any questions, please feel free to send me an email. Also, if you follow me on my blog, you can follow the links and it takes you to my Facebook page and my Pinterest page and also my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and hope to be back again soon. Thank you.